It's kind of foggy this morning here in Western New York, but at least I have a beautiful coffee to drink this morning. For lunch, I had a salami sandwich and some applesauce. Feels good to be heading home after a short day at school. This was my delicious Chinese food dinner. I had shrimp fried rice, sweet and sour chicken, General Tso's chicken, and some beef lo mein. Yummy, yummy. Hello there, YouTube. It's Jason, also known as the BlackBeanBoi, and today I am back with another video. So today is Tuesday, February 17th, 2026. I hope you're having a great day. The premise of today's vlog is today is technically two holidays in one. It's Mardi Gras and Lunar New Year, also known as Chinese New Year. To celebrate, earlier today, you saw in the video, I made a Mardi Gras mask. Look at that. It doesn't really fit over my face, and the eyes kind of look a little messed up, but I made this really cool Mardi Gras mask, and half of it is for Mardi Gras, and half of it is for Lunar New Year. So, yeah, I'm going to talk about both of the holidays, but first, let me just note on this mask. So I drew like the 2026, I drew a Chinese paper lantern for Lunar New Year. I drew some fire because it's year of the fire horse. I tried drawing a horse, but I'm not that good at drawing. So I just drew the Chinese, the Chinese translation, the symbols for fire horse. I don't know if it's Mandarin or Cantonese. I just copied what I found on the internet, but yeah, I thought this was a pretty cool mashup to do like a Mardi Gras mask that's half Mardi Gras, half Lunar New Year. But yeah, to celebrate, my family got Chinese food for dinner. It was delicious. But yeah, I'm going to be talking about both of the holidays. I was looking up and researching online earlier, and it is kind of rare that they both fall on the same day. I don't know how rare it is, but it is a rarity. It's not like it happens every year or something like that. But yeah, so let's talk about Mardi Gras first. So what a lot of people do to celebrate Mardi Gras is to have like a bunch of different beads. There's 3 colors that are associated with Mardi Gras. Gold represents power, green represents faith, and purple represents justice. And then you'll see the parade floats in Mardi Gras celebrations in New Orleans. You have a bunch of people throwing out beads. There's a bunch of different ways people celebrate Mardi Gras. They eat, I believe it's called king cake. It's that cake with like the cream cheese frosting, and then there's like prizes inside. There's like a little baby toy that they usually like hide in there, and then there's like the green, the yellow, the purple. And then I was also looking up, people eat a bunch of different foods: jambalaya, shrimp po' boy, beignets. I've always been fascinated with Mardi Gras. I'd like to go to New Orleans and spend the day there. Also, I think another word for Mardi Gras, or another way to describe it, is a lot of people call it Fat Tuesday. And yeah, I think, I'm not a historian, but I believe from what I've learned over the years is that Mardi Gras is like it's the last day before Lent starts, because tomorrow's Ash Wednesday. So a lot of people will indulge in their favorite foods or drinks and stuff like that and just party before Lent starts, and people, begin to act a little bit more seriously and maybe give up something for Lent and stuff like that. But yeah, Mardi Gras is an interesting holiday. I've never really celebrated it because I'm from Western New York, so we don't really do stuff like that here. It's not as big a part of our culture as like down in Louisiana. I think I read somewhere today that like Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, I think that those are like the 3 states that really celebrate Mardi Gras a lot. Obviously not everyone there celebrates it, but a lot of people do. It's like a tradition. But yeah, it's interesting. I'd like to do something for it next year. It just kind of came fast. Maybe I'll try the king cake next year, eat some, I love jambalaya, but I've always wanted to try, what did I always want to try? Well, I've had beignets at Disney, but I've always wanted to go down to New Orleans and try some real authentic beignets and a shrimp po' boy sandwich. But yeah, I'm not the expert on Mardi Gras, but but it seems like a really interesting holiday. And I just wanted to, give you guys some of the facts that I've researched today about it. And then Lunar New Year is really cool. It's like the Chinese New Year. So technically last night was like New Year's Eve for Chinese New Year. And there's a bunch of different stuff. So like, different foods represent different things. I believe spring rolls represent wealth. Shrimp represents happiness, and then fruit represents fullness and wealth. And then there's a bunch of different Chinese New Year traditions. A lot of people watch like these dragon or lion shows. I think that's what you call them, or parades. It's kind of like a little like show that you watch. And then people also honor their family members that have passed on one of the days of Chinese New Year. I think it lasts for like 2 weeks, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, or 15 days. I think I read earlier today that day 15 they do like this really cool like lantern lighting ceremony. But yeah, it would be really cool to go to Chinatown in New York, or Chinatown in LA, or even go to China, like Beijing or some city in China, and experience the Lunar New Year over there. Honestly, I'm going to write that down as one of my bucket list items. Actually, 2. I would love to one year spend Mardi Gras in New Orleans. I just think that would be so cool. You heard it here first. I'm adding that to my bucket list. And then I think it would also be really cool to spend Lunar New Year in Chinatown, but preferably China. That'd be so cool. I bet it's super busy and a huge popular event. But yeah, it's not every day that 2 significant holidays fall on the same day, because nothing really falls on Christmas, nothing really falls on Halloween, other than individual people's birthdays, or maybe some other things like weddings, or I don't know, anniversaries. But you never have really 2 holidays colliding. Like Valentine's Day is always same day. Easter does change depending on the year, I believe, but usually you don't have like 2 holidays on Easter. Usually it's just Easter. So yeah, it's interesting that today is Mardi Gras, but also Lunar New Year. But yeah, definitely interesting, and I hope you guys enjoyed the little mask that I made. I'm not the best artist, but I think it looks pretty nice, and I'm gonna keep this. I might do this again next year, or I was thinking next year I might do a paper. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't think that they're going to fall on the same day next year, so I can't do this again. But if they ever do fall on the same day again, I think I'll do a Chinese paper lantern that is half Lunar New Year's themed and half Mardi Gras themed. But yeah, I thought this was cool. I'll keep this to not memorize. I'll keep this to remember that they both fall on the same day. Kind of looks like the Phantom of the Opera mask. But yeah, I hope you guys had a great Mardi Gras. I hope you had a great Lunar New Year. And I hope you had a great Tuesday. I had a good day today. It was miles better than yesterday. There's always a brighter day ahead. And today I woke up, I felt good. As soon as I woke up, I was like, it's going to be a good day today. And then, I went to school early. And then I made sure to listen to some chill, happy music. On my way into school, I was listening to the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. So yeah, that's one of the bands that always gets me happy. There's a bunch of different bands that do that. Men at Work is another one. The Grateful Dead. Like if I'm sad, if I'm mad, whatever mood I'm in, if I'm not chill or happy, if I listen to the Grateful Dead, I will be chill and happy. Also the Beatles, the Moody Blues, Genesis, those are some other bands. But for some reason, the Grateful Dead, if I'm in a bad mood or sad, whenever I listen to the Grateful Dead, I feel a million times better. But I was listening to the Boss Tones today because I felt like some ska. But yeah, I hope you guys had a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love you guys all. Today was Tuesday, February 17th, 2026. I am Jason, also known as the BlackBeanBoi. Happy Mardi Gras. Happy Lunar New Year. I love you guys all. Bye-bye.